Hello traders, how are we? Welcome to the live stream. Trader Tom here from Simply Forex, and I am with you for the next 45 minutes or so. Unless we get some real engaging questions going, then we may stay a little bit longer. So I'm putting the pressure on you. So guys, we have a plan of attack as always. I know people think there is no plan, but there is, and we are going to do this. We are going to look at a trade that I have currently in, right? I've entered a trade today, so I will share my new trade setup. We are also going to find the winner from yesterday's 5K challenge. Okay, so we're actually going to use the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm going to act like a game show host, right? So we're going to find out the 5K winner. There is no news. We're going to take a quick look at the news. There is no news for us to worry about during our live stream, because normally we have some news coming out, but nothing today, guys, really, right? We've got crude oil inventories later, which could affect US dollar, Canadian dollar, and obviously oil. The big news today really was this miss on expectations with CPI figures, right? And it put some real weakness into the pound, right? Which obviously didn't help our euro pound trade from yesterday. So yeah, no news during the live stream though. And then finally, guys, and more important than life itself, we are going to take as many of your questions as possible. So please leave a question to do with anything to do with trading. Literally anything you like, guys. I will endeavor to give you the best answer I can. Or maybe you just want me to look at a currency pair. Whatever you want, guys, please get involved. Before we start, guys, I would also like to show and welcome, we have a new member. So Eugene has become a YouTube member. So thank you, Eugene, for showing your appreciation for the channel. And if you have any questions, Eugene, as you're a member, your questions will get answered first. So yeah, thanks for becoming a supporter. You two guys can become a supporter of the channel. I think it's like literally $2 a month or something like that. And you can show your support for the channel, and you get some extra perks for becoming a member as well. Right, let's start with a trade that I am in. Okay, let's say hello to a few people actually. So Eugene, hello. Luigi, the most Italian man in the world. Hello, how are you? Rodrigo, who has the most South American name in the world. How are you? Philip, how are you, mate? Hope it's all going well. Max, how are you, Max? Ikram, hi. Poo Poppy, hi. Poo Poppy, you're on time. No detention today. This is good. Yeah, so welcome, guys, to the live stream. Now, let's start with this trade that I am in. And the trade is Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar sell. So why am I in a sell trade? So let's just basically take a look, guys, right? Why is this not showing? Okay, I think we're making some changes to it. Right, so let's show you this trade setup, guys, okay? So as you can see on the daily chart, we are in a downtrend, right? As soon as we got, this is actually your trade, Poo Poppy, right? You was in this yesterday. As soon as we got this big bearish candle, right, it became a downtrend. We broke that low, we even broke that low. Okay, and now it's just been ranging between these two levels, right? But we're ultimately in a downtrend stroke range, right? So you must identify the structure and trend of the market you are in. If you don't know how to understand the structure and trend, stop trading immediately. Throw your laptop or computer out of the window and stop trading, right? That is trading 101, right? You must understand structure and trend. Let me just have a quick sip of coffee. So yeah, we're in a downtrend, right? Stroke range. We've had this nice big bearish candle react at that level, that resistance level. And I still think we have a little bit more room potentially back down to here if not all the way back down to this 0.9050 level, right? Because if I show you on the weekly, guys, right, this area here is the next logical level for the weekly, right? And we've got some room to come down into that level, even potentially down to 0.9000, okay? So weekly and daily are telling me I can sell. And then on the H4, I'm just waiting for the trigger, right? I'm waiting for my entry. Let me just take some of this off, guys. Okay, so this is our new indicator, guys. So let me just take some of the elements of the indicator away so you can see the chart clearly. Now, as you can see, guys, on the H4, this is that, this is that range we're looking at, really. I mean, and this is where we're at, okay? But ultimately, we're in a range, right? And we've got this room back down to these lows. And then basically, guys, right, whether you use our indicator or not, or you use price action, they're the same thing, right? Our indicator is based on price action. You have got daily in a downtrend. We have got this big move down, a slight retrace into our smart river, right, which is red, indicating sells. And we got a nice big bearish H4 candle. Okay, so I literally entered on the close of that, stopped up here, and I'm looking to take it back down to these lows. All right, and again, it's as simple or as difficult as that, however you want to look at it, guys, right? That's I'm just using elements of price action to take this trade. Now, Pooh Poppy was in this trade before me from yesterday, so yeah, congrats. Okay, and Pooh Poppy's entry, she's saying here, is in the same place as the indicator. Okay, good to know, because our indicator is based on price action. And that's the trade, guys. That is the trade that I am in. So we'll see how that performs. And yeah, and also, guys, what else am I looking at? So I'm still seeing US dollar strength across the board. Right, Aussie dollar, US dollar sells we like. Yeah, this hasn't changed from yesterday, really. I'm still liking Aussie dollar, US dollar sells, which plays into this Aussie dollar CAD idea as well, right? Yeah, again, it's very similar. This is a pretty much an identical market to Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, pretty much, right? It was in a downtrend stroke range, right? If I zoom out, you can see on the day chart, this has a little bit more room to move into all the way back down to these lows in here. Right, we had a nice big bearish candle. So Aussie dollar, US dollar sells, I still like. Euro, US dollar sells, I still like. We're just not getting the retrace on this, guys, right? But yeah, still looking to take price down to here. And pound US dollar, right? We like to this one, but this has had quite an aggressive move off the back of those poor CPI figures, right? So I also like this. I still think this potentially has a bit more room down to here, if not lower as well. But with any of these trades, I mean, let's look at any of these US dollar trades, right? Let's have a look at Euro US dollar. We're just not getting that retrace, right? It's just dropped like a stone, a falling knife, we call this. Me and Max was having a little conversation, and the trader term is that, it's like a falling knife. Not, yeah, it is, right? It's just falling, right? It's not retracing, okay? But if we get a move back into here, right, then I think we've got a sell trade on our hands. So yeah, still bullish US dollar. Right, guys, let's see who else is in and if we've got any questions. Thapello, how are you, Thapello? Guys, Thapello is another great trader in our free Discord. He shares his trades, he shares his knowledge. Him and Max usually have a good chit chat about different trades. So please come join our free Discord channel. Why the F not? Can't swear. I've got a daughter now. I've got to stop swearing. Poo Poppy is also in Aussie dollar, US dollar sales. Okay, Poo Poppy is showing off now. He is entering all of these trades before I am. Mr. Billionaire, hi. Nero, hi. And Poo Poppy says, yeah, please don't forget to leave a like. Amen. Okay. Right, guys. So, yeah, get your questions over to me. If there's any pairs you want me to take a look at, then please leave a question now. What we're going to do now is we are going to decide the winner from yesterday's 5K giveaway. And I want to do this just because I want to show you this. Ta-da! My Wheel of Fortune. I used to love a bit of Wheel of Fortune growing up. This is obviously not quite the same, but yeah, a little bit less entertaining. But we had 4 winners from the 5K challenge giveaway yesterday, and it was Path, Jane, Eugene, and Max. So I'm just going to quickly spin this, and we are going to decide the winner from yesterday's 5K challenge. And whoever wins will get $5,000 funded account. Guys, remember, if you want to play along, come join us for the live streams throughout the week. Right, here we go. Create suspense. Thank you, drummer. I got a drummer especially in for this. Let's see who's going to win. Here we go. Jane. Jane, let it do its thing. We have a winner. Right, Jane, you are the winner of the 5K challenge. I believe you're already on the Discord. I will come and see you in the Discord. Right, there you go, guys. Back to trading. That was my little bit where I become a game show host. I'm wasted as a trader, really. I should have been a game show host. What's your favorite game show? I tell you what I really like is Family Fortunes, because just some of the answers they give. And if you haven't seen this, guys, please check this out, right? It's hilarious. So Family Fortunes is, you know, they give you a question. We asked 100 people, what do you eat at Christmas, right? And, you know, people say turkey, right? And 80 people said turkey. That was the top answer. So go check out this, or not now, because don't leave the live stream, but go check this out. Family Fortunes, the answer is always turkey. So this guy basically just every answer he gives is turkey. Right, so go check it out. I haven't lost my mind. It is funny. Right. Okay, so Max is just saying here, Max is looking to sell the euro around where are we? Here, around 1.165 to 166. 16. Okay, so you're all the way up here, 1.165. Okay, so you're looking to get him round here. Okay, so Max is looking at this entry in here for a potential sell on euro US dollar. I like the level because obviously it is resistance, right? It was once support, it's now resistance, you know, and we've got the smart river coming round. I like that level, right, for selling. I really do. The only problem is, you know, if it starts coming down here and it hits these lows and then I get a big bounce off, yeah, I think that will probably happen first, and then we potentially can trade that retrace. So let's see. Max likes those levels. S Zone, hello, how are you? And Rahil wants to look at Euro Yen. Okay. Let's have a little look at Euro Yen, guys. And before I do, if I could please ask everyone to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. It really helps support the channel. If you do want to support the channel, you can become a Simply Forex supporter. I think it's as little as $2 a month or something like that. So yeah, please come show your support. Also, guys, if you look above my head, please go check out the website, www simply-forex.com. On there, you can get access to all of our premium trading education, including the course, including the mentorship program, including the VIP Trading Academy, and including our Price Action Pro indicator. Also, guys, down the middle there, come join our Discord. Please come join our trading community. It's a lovely little community now. Like I say, we got Max, we got Fapello, we got Dan, we got Leonard, we got, there's just to name a few, and they're all sharing knowledge and ideas. So please come join the free Discord. You'll learn something. And finally, guys, please don't forget our promotion with Pepperstone. They are a world-class leading broker. And if you sign up with them today using our link, we will give you free VIP Trading Academy access, and we'll give you a free Essential Trading View subscription. Please bite my hand off. Right, Euro Yen. So Euro Yen, this is an interesting one, right? Because if we just looked at the daily, right, which is what I do, right, day is king for me. And if we look at the daily, we are clearly in an uptrend, right? We're getting higher highs, right? And these lows are holding, and we're technically getting higher lows, right? So we're in this uptrend. It's clear, okay? It's clear. Again, like I say, you need to know the structure and trend of the market you're in. And we have retraced, right? Even if I zoom out here, you can see that this level, okay, is a really nice level, okay? It's proved itself once, twice, right? So what was once good resistance, okay, we love this setup. When it breaks and retests, which it has, it becomes really good support. And this is exactly what we're seeing with Euro Yen, right? And it's no coincidence. It's bouncing off of our smart river, which is part of our price action indicator, okay? And if that's not enough, we got sort of this wick, then we got a bit of a wick in the opposite direction, but then we got this nice big bullish candle, right? So looking just at the daily, normally I would be like, right, let's buy this bad boy, right? Back up to these highs. That would be a nice trade, and it would make a lot of sense, right? I'm sure you will agree. But, right, there is a big but. I'm not talking about your derriere, right? But there is a big but. And the big but is this, right? This gap on some of these yen pairs haven't been filled. Like US dollar yen, the gap hasn't been filled. Euro yen, the gap hasn't been filled. On a lot of them, it has, right? So this gap not being filled worries me with this trade, right? Because these gaps want to be filled, okay? Now, that's one thing I'm conscious of, right? And the other thing is the weekly, right? If you look at the weekly chart, we've basically got selling candles, right? I'm constantly getting food repeating on me. You probably don't need to know this, but I made this wonderful little salad, right? It's got one avocado, one red onion, and one cucumber. And you just dice it all up, chuck it in a bowl, add lemon juice, right? Salt and pepper. And you mix that bad boy up. And that is the healthiest, tastiest salad you'll ever have. And I had it with tuna. I wanted to share that with you. The only thing is I had it literally about 10 minutes before the live stream. So, yeah, I apologize. Anyway, back to trading. I feel compelled to tell you about my food now and again. I don't know why. But back to trading, guys, right? We've got selling candles. They're not super crazy bearish, right? They're not, but they are selling candles. So I'm conscious of that, right? And I'm conscious of this gap, right? So for me, it's not a buy trade. There's a little bit too much contradiction in the opposite direction with regards to euro yen. The daily looks great, but we've got that gap. We've got that weekly bearishness. Yeah, I'm not convinced really with euro yen. I mean, if we drop down to the H4 now, I mean, this is nice as well, right? We literally, if we draw a level through here, which you can see was a really nice H4 level, right? You know, price is coming down, right? Hits it, hits it, hits it, hits it, hits it, breaks, right? That is even telling me to buy euro yen. It really is, right? That is a break of H4 structure. And again, you know, you can see our indicator turns green to tell you that we've had that break of structure. But I'm just still not convinced with it. Yeah, it's just that gap and that weekly chart. So, yeah, I mean, if you really want, you know, Rahil, I'm not convinced, but if you are set on buying euro yen, yeah, if we get a nice bullish candle in here somewhere, then yeah, you know, potentially take it back to these highs, take some profit and see what it can do. But, you know, I would not be interested as soon as it started breaking these lows, right? But yeah, for me, yeah, not convinced with euro yen buys. Max is saying, well done, Jane. Yeah, well done, Jane. Let me make a little note. I must message Jane in the free Discord to give her her 5K challenge. Okay, Ikram, how are you? Ikram always has the picture of the most cutest cat. I am more of a dog man. We're talking about animals, right? Sorry. Yeah, right. Let's just look at oil before I dig myself a massive hole, which I'm pretty good at. Let's have a look at spot crude or WTI, right? Whatever you want to call it. Now, the thing with oil is it has found a support level. In fact, let's start with the weekly this time, right? I've had this level marked out for a while. Again, in fact, I was chatting with Max about this level. I was saying, you know, oil sells down to 57, right? And that's pretty much where it's reacting, right? Now, it was in a weekly downtrend, bit of a range here, wasn't sure what it was going to do, and then bang, broke these lows. Sure enough selling momentum to bring it to the next piece of support. And generally, guys, that's something to think about, right? If a trend breaks a support level, right? It breaks this support, there's a very good probability it's going to make its way, it breaks support, creates a new support. There's a very good chance it's going to make its way back down to the bottom of the support, right? It breaks support, right? It's a very good chance it's going to make it to the next area of support, right? So, you know, with trend trading from support to support to support, or if you're in an uptrend to resistance to resistance to resistance, are pretty good targets, right? And the fact you're getting those breaks means it's a continuation of trend. Okay, so lots of things to like, right? And that's exactly what happened. But now price has found these lows. I'm not interested, right? You cannot keep selling that. Maybe it does want to come down, maybe even hit the 56 level, right? And potentially test these lows. But I no longer want to push my luck, right? Once I get to here, I'm closing any trade that I have open, right? You are at a weekly support level. This could be the exact point where oil does that, right? It's a weekly support level. So I was interested in selling oil, but now we've hit this level, I am not. Okay. And spot Brent's the same, right? You know, I just haven't put that level in yet, but that's okay. This hasn't quite got there. I'm going to include that level there, though. I mean, I wanted to, this is interesting, right? I wanted to include that, and that, right? So has it quite hit that level? Maybe, right? And then if not, you could include that and that. And in that case, it hasn't hit the level. So this really depends on how you would draw your support level. And if you drew your support level like this and just touch those two lows, it's difficult to disagree that that is not a well-drawn support level, right? And even if you included this last low as well, because we did get a move up from that level before it came back down, right? And even if you included your support level like that, that would also be fine. It'd be difficult for me to say, oh, that's a bad support level, right? It's not. But depending on how you draw that level, this either has hit that support or it hasn't. Now, either way, there's not much bloody room, right, down to this level. So still, I'm not keen on selling into that level. Now, the question is, would we start buying from this level, right? So things I would need to see to start buying from that level would be, right, a nice weekly candle. If the weekly candle finished like this, right, we've still got a couple of days, right? But if it finished like this, this would be a pretty good start in buying oil, right? It would. And also bear in mind the correlation with the Canadian dollar, right? I'm selling Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar. And this oil chart also came into my thinking when taking that trade, right? Because if oil gains strength, bouncing off this level, then Canadian dollar will gather strength, right? So to look for buys, right, I would need to start seeing a bullish weekly candle, right? Then I would go down to the day chart. And then in an ideal world, I would eventually get a daily structure break. So let's say the weekly finishes like this. You've got daily sellers, weekly buyers. It goes a little bit sideways, and then we get a break, right, on the daily. I would very much be interested in buying oil. Yeah, really. I mean, to be honest with you, this would be my first target. As always, it's the next resistance level. This would be my next target, next resistance level, you know, and so on. That would be my next target, right? You get the idea. So that's what I would need to see happen on the daily. Now, you can be more aggressive, right? And how I determine aggression with a trade is the time frame, really, right? So imagine the daily, we have to wait days, maybe even weeks for that daily structure break, right? It's true, we would, and that's fine. That's part of trading. Bloody wait, sit on your hands, do sweet FA, right? But you could be more aggressive, right? And like I say, I would just drop down a time frame and go to the H4. So you could say to yourself, right, I really like this weekly support level. And just look at the H4. The H4 has got to that level, reacted, got to the level, reacted, got to the level, broke H4 structure. So what I want to see on the daily could take weeks. On the H4, it's taken days. Right? You know, this sideways action, consolidation, and you get consolidation here because you've basically got daily sellers, weekly buyers, daily sellers, weekly buyers, daily sellers, bang, weekly buyers have won, really, on the H4. Right? Now, a retrace into here, yeah, our smart river, it's such a good area to trade from, guys. Yeah, check out the price action indicator, right? It does it all for you. But if we get a retrace into here and a nice bullish candle, then, you know, we've got a nice amount of room to move into. But how aggressive you want to be is really an individual trader choice, right? Sometimes, you know, and, you know, I'm really looking for a daily structure break. Right? Occasionally, I may be more aggressive with a trade and drop down to the H4, right? I mean, H4 is my entry time frame, but I'm talking about daily being in an uptrend is really what I'm looking for. I'm trying to drink my coffee before it gets cold. There's nothing worse in the world than cold coffee, really. And I hate it when you go to a coffee shop, right, and they serve you like warm, lukewarm coffee. I hate that. It should be hot. It's coffee. Anyway, I digress. Okay. Right, Max saying, I've got the same game. Good, Max. That's what I like to hear. S-Zone, I am just from coming, guys. Okay. Okay. Brett, the American version of Family Fortunes is so funny. Yeah, I mean, they all are. And the English one. Just some of the answers. I love Family Fortunes. What other game shows did I used to like? I used to like a bit of Strike It Lucky. I'm showing me age now. Was it called Strike It Lucky? Yeah, with Michael Barrymore. Going back a bit there. Yeah, didn't end too well for him. Yeah. Right, Poo Poppy. I've started trading the Asian session. It's been working out well so far. Yeah, okay. So the thing here is, right, it doesn't really matter to me what the session is, right? You know, if I get a good setup, I'm going to take the trade, right? And that's what dictates how I enter a trade, not the time of day, really, you know. However, there's a lot to be said for the Asian session because it's quite mellow, right? You know, if you think of, you know, the Asian session as chilled house music, right? Chilled house or light jazz music. That's the Asian session. Then the London Open is more like, let's say, upbeat pop music, right? You know, getting a little bit faster. And then the New York Open is like thrash metal. I'm going to bite the heads of bats off, right? Really, you know, that's how volatile each session is, right? So I get it, right? Some people don't like trading the Asian session because there's not enough volatility, but you know, I would happily trade it, right? Remember, I want slow, dull, and boring. I kid you not, you know, not in every aspect of my life, but with my trading, right? You know, I've done everything. I've gone from scalping like the 15-minute chart to trading day charts, you know, and eventually I've got to where I want to be. But ultimately, I want slow, methodical, and boring, right? I suggest you all look for the same in your trading. If you're doing trading to get your kicks, then by all means, start entering trades as soon as the New York opens, right? Yeah, you know, I think any new trader wants to be in the market and ultimately does get some kicks out of trading, right? And there's a bit of a gambling mentality. Over time, once you get your arse burnt so many times, you just want slow, methodical, boring, and that leads to consistency and ultimately profit, right? You don't want to chase the adrenaline of trading anymore, right? And that's where I am, guys. Slow, methodical, boring, just like my personality, except if I've had 5 pints down the pub. Right. Adrian, I really shouldn't bring this up. Hello all, how is my favorite LFC fan? Adrian is a Man United fan, and he's said that he doesn't care about how I am. He's said that to rub salt in my wounds. Very nasty. Oh, the wheels have fell off for LFC, for Liverpool. Don't want to talk about it. Okay, Nero got into US dollar buys yesterday. Hasn't got to TP yet. Yeah, I like, again, US dollar yen is like euro yen, right? You remember me talking about euro yen earlier? I like, look at this day chart, right? Okay. Right, breaks, retests, back at a really nice level through here. Right, what's not to like, right? We've got nice big bullish candles. Can we take it all the way back up to here? But this gap hasn't been filled. That concerns me. If we look at the weekly, bearish candles, really, top wicks, right? Indifferent candle. I mean, if you said, Tom, you have to trade it, I would buy US dollar yen. Yeah, you know, I explained earlier, I'm bullish US dollar. So, yeah, I would buy US dollar yen. It's just those gaps. When those gaps don't get filled, it worries me. It's like Liverpool's defense at the moment. We're leaving so many gaps, right? And we're not filling them. It's worrying. Great football analogy there. I think you'll agree. Right, there's so many, like, I keep hearing police, right? I hope they're not after me. Right, S-Zone is asking, what do you think of gold? S-Zone, you know, I've done gold so many times. But yeah, yeah, we're going to skip. Oh, no, we'll look at gold in a minute, actually. Eugene has said, good morning. I joined your channel, but I can't join your Discord. It says unable to accept invite. Eugene, this is very really? You're the first person to say it will not accept anyone. So, Eugene, if you go to this link here, you can see in the live chat, we've got the link here, Discord, right? So, yeah, I hope you can see this on the screen here. Yeah, so go to that link, just copy and paste it, put it in your web browser. It's going to be Google, isn't it, really? And yeah, I don't know what's happening, Eugene. That's the first time I've ever heard that. And Discord has been running for about 3 years now. So, Eugene, give it another go, mate. If you can't get in, you can drop us an email. Go find our email on our channel. It's there. Okay, says the same. I don't know what's going on there, Eugene. Maybe try and join through our website. So if you go to the top left there, go to our website and try and join that way. Okay, a few people are looking for shorts with euro yen. Yeah, I just think we need to fill that gap. What else are we looking at? Jane, I'm glad you joined. Earlier on, we did the Wheel of Fortune, this wonderful thing. I was like a game show. We had drums and everything. And Jane, you have won the 5K challenge from yesterday. So please message me on the Discord, right? Like you did before. Right, what else are we looking at? Okay, so yeah, Brett's trying to sort you out, Denny, with the link. Okay, Ross is saying afternoon or a beautiful sunny day here in Essex. Very nice, Ross. It's a very nice sunny day here too. I went for a nice little walk earlier on. I love a walk. You can tell I'm getting old. I used to go for a run. I still go for runs, but now I'm going for a walk. Right, Jane is selling pound New Zealand dollar. All right, let's take a look at that. Pound New Zealand dollar, where are you? Here we go. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Come join us. Don't forget, guys, you can show your support by becoming a supporter of the channel. Please go check out the website. Please come join our free trading community. We've got the free Discord. And please go check out our Pepperstone promotion. Right, weekly. let's start with the weekly. No, actually, let's do it the way I do it. I start with the daily, right? I always start with the daily. Day is king, and now my computer stopped working. Jane, this is your fault. You wanted pound New Zealand dollar. There we go. Okay, it takes a brave woman to start selling this right now, I must say, because ultimately we are in an uptrend, right? Fact, higher lows, higher highs. And we have retraced into our smart river, which we know is a good area for buying, right, in an uptrend. So daily is not telling me to buy from a structural trend point of view, right? It's not. I mean, the candles are super bearish, right? So so this makes pound New Zealand dollar not a buy trade for me, right? Structure's in an uptrend, but we're getting super bearish daily candles, right? There's contradiction there. So for those very simple reasons, this wouldn't be a trade for me, okay? Now, if we go to the weekly, you also have to understand, right? We've broken this resistance level in here, right? Yeah, you can clearly see we're in this uptrend, and the candles are pretty bullish, right? Now, obviously, everything's telling us to buy this, right? On the weekly, is it a little bit overbought? Yeah, maybe it wants to have a retrace before coming higher. I'm even going to take a look at the monthly here to get better perspective, right? So, okay. So, if the monthly finished like that, I just wanted to look at the monthly to get more perspective, guys, right? If you get the monthly finish like that, we've got about a week left, right? Then okay, I don't want to keep buying that. But that's the monthly, anything could happen. So yeah, I'm struggling to find how we can sell this. I mean, on the H4, we know it's breaking down, right? And again, right, we're following price action, and then bang. Look at our smart river. It shows you when you can start selling, right? And when trend breaks. It's such a good bit of kit. It's such a good tool, right? So it's broken down. We're now in a downtrend. Now, in here is a really nice trade, right? If you want to come lower. Now, sort of Elvis has left the building. I don't know where you got in, Jane, but I don't want to start selling in here if you are a seller. At the very least, I would aim for this last low, right? Price comes back up into here. Smart river comes round. This is looking like a nice selling opportunity. But daily is bullish. So long as you're aware of that you're going against daily trend. I'm not saying you could never trade against daily trend, but let's be honest, you are putting the probability of your trade is becoming slightly less as a result, right? Fact, yeah. So yeah, there you go. But H4, if you only traded the H4, it's a nice sell trade, right? If we get this retrace into here, right, come lower. Okay, what else are we looking at? S-Zone is asking, which software can I use to calculate the lot size for commodities like oil and silver, because they are not available on my FX book? S-Zone, come and join our free Discord channel, right? And then ask the guys in there. Loads of them have got, they got so many tools and ideas in there, they will help you out. I'll even point you in the right direction as well. All right, so come do that. Right, what else are we looking at? Hi, Niraj. Jane is also selling pound Canadian dollar. Poo Poppy is keeping an eye on pound Canadian dollar. Again, right? So Jane, obviously you are selling pound New Zealand dollar, right? You've got to be careful if you start selling pound Canadian dollar. You're basically selling pound weakness, right? And this is trading correlated pairs. I'm not saying you can't trade correlated pairs, but you then have to keep a very close eye on your risk and money management. Because if pound finds some strength, it's going to knock you out of both of those trades. And you could potentially lose 2% instead of 1%, for example. Right? So you need to be conscious of money and risk management. Guys, I'm seeing we're getting so many more questions, but I am sorry we have run out of time. Guys, thank you very much for your questions. I really enjoy them. They are my fuel. Jane, don't forget to get in contact to receive your 5K prize. More than a reward, prize. And also, guys, please don't forget to join me same time tomorrow, 8 a.m. New York EST time, and we'll do the live stream all again. All right, guys, have a great trading day. See you soon.